Hello and welcome to Creativity TV. This week we are joined by our lovely Jo Austin. Hi Jo. So what are you going to show us this week?
Oh, we're going to go all Christmassy.
Oh,
we've got a nice Christmas cracker.
Oh yay! Oh wow,
So
this is amazing.
It is really nice actually. It means obviously the size of it. I've used an A4 sheet of paper.
Right.
So
okay.
you can make a nice big chunky cracker.
Yeah.
So when you've got somebody that asks you what you want for Christmas, a nice diamond ring maybe. Oh. It'll fit in here really nicely.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Or you could scale it down obviously when you get used to how to make it and the measurements, which are all on the template that I provided. You can actually scale it down and make small mini versions of these so you can hang them on your tree or sit them on your tree.
Yes.
So again, it's more personalised as well.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So what we're going to do is going to take an A4 piece of card, and I've just cut it down by 24.5 centimetres across by 30 centimetres wide.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my trusty X-cut scoreboards. I love my scoreboard.
You do, don't you? You use this quite a lot, don't you?
I do in quite a few of my projects. And all I'm going to do is at each end, I'm going to score it on lines 1, 2 and 3. So lines 1, 2 and 3 on one end, and then turn it completely around. And we're going to do lines 1, 2 and 3 on your other side as well. And then we're just going to turn it round just once, and I'm going to line 3 and line 6, and then I'm going to put line 6 over to line 3, and I'm going to score line 6 again. So what we've actually done, we've got round about probably 1 inch sections at each side, and then you've got roughly about 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, and then a little bit that we're going to use for turning and fastening it together. And then what we need to do is to actually make some little cuts into this section across here. So what I'm going to do is turn it over and just crease these little sections at the back. Okay, and then we've got this little section here, which is going to be a fold over, and then this is going to be the size of our cracker. So when we make the cracker, it's going to fold over into a triangle, and then this little groove here is going to come up and fasten it all together.
Brilliant.
Okay, so the little sections that we've got at the side, which is going to shape our cracker, we just need to cut a V section, and this is between your first line and your second line, and then from your third line to your second line at each side, and just take that V section off, just there. Okay, we can then just fold this piece in half, and then we just need to create a V through both of those bits of card, so that's a folded edge. So it's not quite down to where we're cutting on that little section there. Okay?
Okay.
So we're going to fold it up again, another one, and just repeat that little snip. So I've done one previously that I've just punched the edges with, which is this one here. And again, that just adds that extra little flourish just to the sides. Brilliant. So you've got that nice little decoration. So that was just done with the X-cut flower doily punch, which is this one here, just your border punch.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it?
Okay, yeah. So really nice flower as well on there. So I've just cut a little bit of mirror card, so this just fits along the side of the cracker. Right. Okay, so whatever size you make your cracker, measure the front, take about 1/4 centimetre off it at each end and each side, and then that will fit just to lay it on there. So what I'm going to do is take my piece of off-cut card. Now this can be any shape that you want, but I just want to decorate the corners with my piece of mirror card, but I don't want to decorate it all with a piece of embossed card. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of sticky just on one side. Yeah. And I'm going to stick that on my embossing folder, just at one side there. And then my piece of mirror card is going to come underneath. And what should happen, because it's a selective embossing technique, is when you actually pull this out, it's not going to emboss this section. It's just going to emboss the little section where the card is.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so save all your packaging, it's important, you need to do that. Okay, so we're just going to pop it back in again.
Line it
up. And again, line it up. I'm going to take it back through my folder again. And then there's our little embossing on there. So we've got both lines of the embossing at each side, and we've got that nice bone section in the middle. Another way of using your embossing folders, which is really good. All I'm going to do then, to bring out the whiteness of obviously the foiling there, we've got a nice white card on the back, is just basically rub over with a nail file. What I'm going to do is just give it a nice rub around the edge, and again take some of that whiteness and bring it in on that plain section in there. Yeah. So nice white edges. Wow. There we go. Does that look really nice?
It does.
Just gives it a completely different look, but makes that pattern stand out really well. So when we come to do our cracker, We can then start decorating up the front section of his cracker there. So I'm going to just use some adhesive.
Yep.
And just pop this little section just on there. Okay, so what I've done then is I've just taken the Moments of Faith, and it's this Christmas one that I've just chosen to use. It's just one of the decoupage elements on there. So again,
another traditional
very
collection,
traditional.
Isn't it? It's beautiful.
It is, it's lovely, and I love these because they've got that foiling on, which is why I've chosen to use just a little bit of mirror card on there. Okay, so we're just going to pop that just down the design, which is why I wanted this plain piece in the section, just so it sort of features it just a little bit better. Okay, so I've just got another couple of little layers on here, and I would do all this section before I actually fasten the cracker up. Okay, just means that it's easier to insert it on the top. And then we've just got the greeting as well, so a nice Christmas wishes. It's got that little bit of foiling on there.
Yeah.
And I just give it a little bit of a stroke around the sides, get rid of those little notches that you've got, the little pips that are on there. But obviously you can cut them off if you want to, or just crease them backwards. It's whichever you prefer. A little bit of silicone on the back, and that's going to go just at the top there. And then all I need to do is fasten my cracker together. So a little bit of adhesive just on that end. I'm also going to use just a little bit of wet glue, so I'm going to use the clear gloss on there as well. So the roller tape is actually going to stick it, just give me that little bit of a bond until the glue actually gets time to dry.
Right, oh okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to wait for that to go slightly tacky. In the meantime, I'm going to use these lovely outline stickers.
They're lovely. I was just looking at these on here.
Yeah, and say it just adds that little bit of gold, so I've got the little chain link effect just there.
I think outline stickers will always be loved, won't they?
Oh, they will, yeah, definitely. I mean, I've just chosen to go with the gold because I've got the gold mirror card on there. But so again, we're just going to stick it just at that side there, bring those ends in, and that's going to just adhere onto the back section there as well.
Right.
And then that last little one, just on that section.
Wow.
There you go. And again, we can just shuffle things about, so obviously that's still moving just very slightly. Make sure it's all lined up. And then the only thing that we need to do now is the ribbon on the end. So I've just taken 2 different widths of your organza ribbon.
Yep.
And what I'm going to do is just cut 2 lengths. So just lay them on top of each other.
Yeah.
So you know that they're both about the same length. Just snip them off together. And then we're just going to scoot it underneath that little section there. And this is where those little snips come in, the little V sections that we cut in.
Oh yeah.
Just means they're going to pull in. So as we tie this into a knot, see that it's just going to pull it in to create your cracker shape and actually enclose whatever you've got on the inside. So you can tie that in a bow if you want. I'm just going to tie it in a very quick knot. So there's one end. And then we'll do the other end as well.
So it's quite good because I want to start a family tradition. I'm actually thinking, whilst you've been doing it, I've been thinking, right, I can do this and sit with my girls and do some mini ones with my little girls and prepare
place names.
For
little presents or little favour boxes or something like that.
They like those little cards you can buy, so I might, do something like that. But I would love to sit down one day, or Christmas Eve, and make some
Christmas Eve. These look really nice on Christmas Eve.
And
again, you don't
I thought it was going to be a really hard project.
It's not.
It's really easy, and you need to get to know the scoreboard as well. But it's brilliant, and we're going to make all those sizes available, all the measurements available on the website. For small ones
and larger ones, I can scale them down.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Thank you very much, Jo.
Welcome.
Remember, if you have a go at making any of the projects on today's show, or any of the past projects, then do drop me an email at tv@docrafts.com and we'll try and get them on a future episode of Creativity TV. You can also access the measurements to make this wonderful cracker in our downloads section, and you can access the step-by-steps in the projects area of Creativity Club. For now, thank you, Jo. Happy crafting.